Had a little listen to his podcast, huh?
Dude, it's educational. And besides, I've been wanting to listen to this one.
Welcome to Idling in the Impala, a podcast by and for lovers of supernatural and the fanfiction it inspires. Before we begin, just want to remind you to follow us wherever you listen so you don't miss any episodes or bonus content. If you love what we do and want an easy way to show your support, please consider leaving us a positive, that's all the stars, rating on your favourite listening platform. It helps SPN and fanfic lovers find us and share in the fun. I'm Kasey.
I'm Sandra, and there's a ton of other ways to be a part of our supernatural road trip. From joining our Discord to fueling up the Impala with a Ko-fi donation or membership, check out this episode description or idlinginttheimpala.com. And I will say, Kasey is very uncomfortable for this episode. And considering that I made the topic about comfort is quite apropos of how we usually do things around here. So normally we have a document. We don't have a document today because
we're flying blind. I'm flying blind.
Yeah, because I was thinking, and we've done an episode way back. I mean, I'm thinking maybe at least 2 or 3 years ago. It's really kind of scary. We can start to talk about this podcast in years. But we were doing an episode where we were talking about our favorite comfort characters from Supernatural. And of course, we had to take Sam and Dean out of the equation because Sam and Dean are our favorite comfort characters.
Comfort characters, yeah.
But outside of that,
not those ones.
Who are we going to pick? And I picked Bobby, and Kasey, you picked...
I think I picked Baby.
You picked Baby, yeah. So I was thinking about it, I think, I don't know, a few months ago, or maybe even before that. I was like, what episodes do I turn to just and get this feeling of comfort? And comfort can be different for each person. What brings somebody comfort could be a lot of angst, could be a lot of...
I swear to fucking God, if Mystery Spot is on this list, I will riot.
It's not. Don't worry. You won't be happy with a couple of my picks, but Kasey, maybe we should also preface that we were kind of like, maybe we just pick a few here and there.
So here's what happened. And actually, I just need to backtrack a little bit because I'm autism about it. Every single time that I do the intro, my brain wants to say, I'm Sandra, because my brain goes, that is the next line in the rote that we know. And so I have to consciously go, I'm Kasey. And then my brain's like, no, it's wrong and ruined. That's it. That's all. I don't do the intro. I don't do the long intro that often. But no. So Sandra, this episode was not on the calendar. So at best, what Sandra will get from me, because I am a problem, is I'll look at the calendar maybe a couple of days before and be like, oh, that's what we're doing this week.
Well, we talked about it a week or so ago. I was like, let's try to come up with this because it's been on the list. We just didn't schedule it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's on the list. So Sandra had said to me earlier on this week, it's a busy weekend this week. And I was like, I went to the calendar and I went, we have one thing to do. And then another thing a few hours later. And then a third thing, but that's going to be short. Spoiler, it wasn't short, readers, listeners. It'll be fine. And then she was like, so we should probably it's on the schedule to do this comfort thing. Should we do that tomorrow? And I went to the calendar again thinking, has it been added to the schedule? I don't remember it. And it wasn't.
I don't think I said, can we add it tomorrow? I think I gave you time during the week.
No, you gave me time during the week, but at no point was it on the calendar, which is what I look at. Sandra works from a workflow spreadsheet, but I work from the calendar. You see, you need a pantser and a plotter, otherwise this whole thing goes to shit. If Sandra worked like me, nothing would get done. And if I worked like Sandra, equally nothing would get done because we'd be too busy organizing spreadsheets. We'd never actually get round to the content. We'd just be organizing the content.
It's on my list to send invites and put on calendar all the other episodes that we talked about earlier this morning. So that will go on the calendar for Kasey.
Yes. It's not a problem. We were recording today, so what we're recording doesn't matter. But anyway.
And I'm usually like, we should do a thing. Let's do this other thing since we're going to be together.
So it was a couple of days ago. And Sandra was like, do we do this comfort episode thing? And I was like, and I was feeling really shitty. And I was like, she's like, should we do a top 5? And I was like, I will try. Can we do a top 3? And she was like, yes, that's fine. She's come with a top 6. So, but anyway, it occurred to me yesterday when I sort of sat down to think about this. And I was like, to have a comfort episode, I feel like you have to have seen the show more than once, which I have not. I've seen the first 5 seasons more than once. But anything from season 9 onwards, forget about it.
Yeah.
So sometimes, depending on what we're ranking and stuff, sometimes I will go to Wiki and stuff like that and just run through and refresh my memory on episodes. And I thought, I'm not going to do that this time Because if it was a truly an episode that I loved and made me feel comfortable, it would come into my mind. Like
Yeah.
I would know this.
Yeah.
So I have a few,
Mm-hmm.
and I think one of them is maybe going to be at odds with things I've previously said. So I will try and address that.
Okay.
But when I was thinking about comfort episodes and episodes that make me feel good,
Mm-hmm.
it came into my head. So, maybe if I went and rewatched it, I would feel a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well,
it's fine.
I think when we did our favorite comfort character episode 2, we talked about how, people do revisit media or stuff that they know what the outcome is, right? They know, like, it brings them a level of security, comfort, knowing, what's going to happen.
And I do that. I find it really, really hard to start new shows because the fear of the unknown. But Supernatural requires for me, it requires a not insignificant amount of brain space because I empathize so strongly with the characters that I'm like, oh no, I'm going through all of these things. This is the worst.
No, I agree, but I think there's that knowing, what's happening with your character. I don't know. There's something about it that
maybe if I'm sorry, Jinx is being really cute, but he's making a deliberate point to be really cute over there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's protesting the fact that his dumbass can't open the door that isn't closed, but he still thinks maybe he'll take a nap. But he'll take a nap over there, so I can't fuff. I'm really sorry. Podcast mascot interruption. We should make merch with Jinx on it. Jinx,
sure.
We should do this.
Yeah.
With his ginormous bodies.
I mean,
you're so pretty.
He's the podcast mascot. We might as well.
You're so beautiful. He's like,
you can say, hey, I'm going to take advantage of all of your cuteness and we're going to, we're going to slap you on some merch. So, yeah.
Really cute. We could put a little headset on it and stuff. It'd be adorable. Moving swiftly on. I am a fucking ADHD nightmare today, guys. Good Christ. Anyway, so do you want to listen to me flail my way through? I think it's this episode, or do you want to listen to Sandra's very ordered and noted list? I'm asking like you're going to answer me in real time. You want to go first or second, Sandra?
I mean, I can go first to start the process because you can actually tell me if any of these episodes end up falling into your list. I don't know. We'll see. Usually,
I have a vague idea.
Your vague idea. So when I was thinking about what makes it a comfort episode, I had a few things that I was like, it has to fall into maybe a couple of these. It has to have these things in it.
Okay. I'm way out of my league, guys.
So
yes, carry on.
For me, I was like, the stakes aren't super high, right? It's not a hinge point episode in an arc with the big bad or something like that. It's funny, or it has some sort of nostalgic quality for me. It could have a little bit or a lot of meta, right? Dean is usually enjoying himself at one point, not throughout the entire episode.
If fan fiction is on this list.
And then it usually has a favorite comfort character that's maybe a big part of the episode. So I'm going to go backwards in time, the more recent seasons, and then kind of shoot my way up to the beginning of the show. So, because these are unfortunately I know Kasey's not going to like most of these, but Scooby Natural, which is season 13.
I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that.
Again,
it's cringy. That's my only issue with it. It's not like Mystery Spot that makes me physically sad. It's just cringy.
For me, it's very much my generation with Scooby Doo and all the things, and I really love. Yeah. I love how excited Dean is to be in Scooby Doo, and all of the things that they did with it. I thought was really great. They actually copied the whole a storyline off of an actual Scooby Doo episode. I just think, the animation, all of it. Yeah, he wears an ascot at the end, and we know it's cringy for Jensen, but it's so very much like him in that little boy mode sometimes, where it's because I was thinking too, Last Holiday had that for me too as well, that whole all of the, but I didn't make that my top ones, but even A Very Supernatural Christmas, where you see the boys, when they were little, and you get that nostalgic part, that Dean's trying to capture, that Sam's against, that could have been on here too, for me, because it's a lot of sometimes especially the seasonal holiday, those ones I kind of I feel I watch those more, because I'm usually we're watching those around the holidays anyway. So that kind of brings it into hey, this is our tradition now that we kind of do. So I like the Scooby Natural of it all.
Yeah. I'll allow this. I'm not a monster.
Oh, okay. So the next one, and I feel like this is probably for a lot of people, and it might be for you too, is just the episode Baby from season 11. I mean, it's kind of like, it's got that, the boys are enjoying themselves. There's this like the behind the scenes, like this is what they do. Like this is what happens on a case. They have these different conversations. Sorry for the train. If you hear the train in the background. Dean's like, serenading with like night moves, and they're like eating burritos, and they're doing all the things, and they're just having, there's a monster in it, but it's not like, they're going to take care of it. Baby's in it. Baby's just the ultimate. You get to see them sleeping in Baby. There's so many things about that just bring me comfort, because that Baby's their home. So
yeah,
that's a big one for me. The one that Kasey hates, fan fiction from season 10. I know you think there's no music in Supernatural, but this one's
there's no singing in Supernatural. There's music, but there's no singing.
But it's just so the boys get to see what they mean to fans, I think, and they get to see their life projected back or mirrored back at them and what that means for people. And I think that's really special. They did a good job with that episode of kind of like making it I don't know, not a tribute to the fans, but kind of giving the fans probably finally their due. Like, hey, we understand how this is a comfort thing for you. It may not be for
Becky.
us. Making up for Becky. So for me, that's one of the reasons why when I know it's coming, it's just like, it's one of those things. It's like, I get so excited when I know it's coming up, in my chronological watching, I get excited that this is coming up. And they do a really fun job of the splash screens in the beginning. They threw everything in there, like every single different Supernatural opener they tossed in there, and it was just it's meta, right? Like it's got that meta feel to it that I just really enjoy when they do that. And it was glorious. And I mean, Dean's just like, he's such a grump about it in the beginning, and then he just embraces it towards the end. And that's when I love to see him just like you put as much sub into that text. I love it. I love it when he does this is like his Braveheart, like moment with fan fiction. And I really do like that. I do like that. So
again, my issue with fan fiction is the cringe factor for me personally. I'm not a fan of shoehorned in musical episodes. Mm-hmm. So those of you that have seen the TV show Lucifer with Tom Ellis all the way to the end will know that there's a fucking horrible singing
Don't
episode.
They have a couple of them though? They do a couple that feel like they're like musically.
The one I remember distinctly is it's in whatever season it is. Spoilers for the TV show Lucifer. Whatever episode, whatever season it is that God makes an appearance, like a proper vessel appearance. Mm-hmm. There's a musical episode in that, and it's like every fucking scene is singing, and I hate it. And my husband really liked it. He was like, "Oh, it's cute," and I'm like, "No, it's not." But the funny thing is, I'll watch Disney movies with singing all day, every day. But ask me to watch real people, I don't like it. It just gives me cringe.
I've always loved musicals, so whether it's Disney I
love Disney animated movies with the Disney animated musicals. I don't mind stage musicals and stuff, but if I'm not expecting music and then music happens at me, and especially in a way that is not satirical. Like the kids in fan fiction were earnestly making a musical about the Supernatural books by Carver Edlund, and I hate that.
Oh, it's so cute though.
I can't remember
weird. It's so weird and so cute. And again, their comfort is a show that should not, by definition, be comfort, and that's all of us as fans.
Will you stop applying logic to my bullshit, please? I do not enjoy this. Yes, you can have fan fiction. It's fine. Again, my issue is not with the it's like Scooby Natural. It's not that it is actively distressing to me in the same way that Mystery Spot is. It just is cringy. I don't like it. It makes my neck invert.
Okay, so that's don't like it. And that's why it's not a comfort episode for you. So point taken. My next one is LARP and the Real Girl, season 8. This is like the second time we see Kasey. We see Charlie, because I'm just thinking of Kasey as a bundle of sunshine all the time. We see, we see Charlie, and Charlie's like doing the whole LARPing thing.
I'm the Brit version of a bundle of sunshine.
Oh, goodness.
The second time we see Charlie, and she's so cool, and she's so badass, and she's the queen, and Belladonna, the porn star, lives rent-free in my head. And then Dean he gets so into it.
He's so into being the handmaiden, and then he's doing the Braveheart thing at the end. It's just so cute. All of it's just so
great episode.
So wonderful. It really is like that moment in between a really heavy storyline where it's just like, we're just gonna like give you guys a case fic and bring back a character that people really seem to like, and give them all a moment to just, like even Sam says at the end, just have fun and try to enjoy ourselves. And I feel that that's a great episode. Pretty much whenever Charlie comes up, you know, there's that comfort factor with her too.
Yeah, you know, you're gonna have it's gonna be not quite as high stakes. I mean, I know there was the whole like she comes in during the Leviathan thing, but even so, her episode's still cute.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's more like there's heavier stuff in like Pac-Man Fever towards the end. So like even though it's Charlie, it's still there's a little bit more to that's got a little bit more weight to it, where they really kind of just they're not worried about the plot right now. They're just having a case fic, and it's a good time. The next one is Weekend at Bobby's from season 6, and again, this is like a full on Bobby centric episode, and Bobby being like my favorite comfort character. I just every time this comes on, the Gambler starts and all the things.
I fucking love that song.
It's a really fun episode. You really get to see him. You get to see him with Rufus for the first time. Like, you know, Rufus I think shows up in season 3 towards the end, and I think he's mentioned, but you don't really see them together until this episode. Pretty sure. I don't think there's any other instance of Rufus before that.
Is Weekend at Bobby's the one where Rufus shows up and goes, "Bobby, you gotta help me bury a body"?
Yep. Yep. And I think it's like the second time we see Jody, like after all the horrible stuff that happened with her family. But it's just a fun episode, and you see that, you know, Bobby's kind of the one everybody relies on, and he's finally like he's had enough, and he's like, you know, he has to give the boys a talking to.
He hollers at Sam and Dean.
Yeah, and I just love him, so I really do. I enjoy that episode a lot. For an episode that doesn't have a lot of Sam and Dean in it, it's a great episode, and I mean that's an episode that first episode Jensen directed too, so there's a lot of like big moments in there, I think, for that. My last one is Tall Tales from season 2. I just love this episode. You
like that episode.
It's so much fun. I try to figure out like what my favorite scenes are, but honestly, like the chipmunk scene where he's just got all the candies in his mouth is like, just laugh out loud, like just makes you cackle. But he and Sam in that have so many fun out of the box moments.
Is that the one with the teddy bears, or is that Bedtime Stories?
No, the teddy bear one is Wishful Thinking. Yeah, with Audrey.
I was like, would you say Tall Tales? Yeah, with the trickster. That was it.
Yeah.
There we go. I've watched this show before, guys.
Yeah, so I mean,
I know what's happening.
I just love that one every time. Again, there's some I'm just like, oh, I can't wait. Oh, I'm like, no, we have to wait. We have to stop now because I want to make sure we start this next time we start the episodes. When I watch them with Ted, I'm like, I want this to be the first one that we watch. So I'll usually like,
But wishful thinking with Audrey didn't make the cut.
That's a fun one too. But I mean, in terms of comfort, I don't know. There's just something about seeing, and then seeing how Sam pictures Dean or Dean pictures himself or all of these things. It's just fun. It's just fun.
It's got that kiss scene as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of comfort too. So it's just like,
I don't know if comfort's the word I'd use, bro. Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
I don't know. Endorphins, all the things, all the chemicals start to like, niggle in my brain. I'm like,
whatever the children are calling that now.
Yeah. So yeah, those are mine. So Kasey, what are yours?
Okay, so when I initially thought of this, my first thought was Yellow Fever because it's fun. Like I suppose my comfort episodes in a show that with very little that is meant to be comfortable. I suppose my episodes are like Sandra, the more low stakes episodes, the ones that are funny, the ones that make me laugh, are the ones that show Sam or Dean getting the love that they deserve. So unfortunately, Yellow Fever falls into the first category of being funny. But again, and I really like the episodes where you can see it's just Jared and Jensen just having a good time. You know, like it's really low stakes and they're really just getting to play. And I love that. So yeah, Yellow Fever, Baby, of course, always going to be Baby. I watched that episode. I swear to God, like I never fucking remember. I never remember that the end of that episode where Dean does that epic fucking 180 spin in the car and he's all bloodied and the woman's all bloodied and he's like, come on, baby. And like the car was like, I never fucking remember that that's the same episode as the start with Night Moves and the driving kind of highlight reel or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, that one. Another one I thought of was Last Holiday. And I'm pretty sure I'm on record as being like, Last Holiday makes me sad for Sam. And it does make me sad for Sam. That scene when they're at the top of the stairs really does make me sad for Sam. But he gets into it, you know? He gets into having his lunch made.
Yeah.
And, you know, and again, it's that somebody looking after them. They deserve to be looked after.
Yeah.
They deserve that. So, and I like Mrs. Butters. I know she goes a bit off. I know she goes.
But she has reasons. Yeah. That
she has reasons. But also, she's very good, and also the actress is very funny. There's bloopers that she's funny in that way that old ladies. It's not funny when old men do it. Sorry, I'm just being lady. But when old ladies like make off-color smutty jokes and everyone in the room's collective assholes clench and they're like, shit, are we allowed to laugh? That makes me laugh. Like that really makes me I really like it. I don't know what that says about me as a person. It just makes me laugh.
It's cute. I think it's cute to see the you know, I guess an older woman who feels like, you know, comfortable in their own skin to do that, you know, in a room full of men, you know, and have that camaraderie, I think, and be able to like insert themselves says a lot about the comfort of that actress. Yeah, to do that. Yeah,
and it's, you know, it's very like, no one's going to call me on it. I'm a sweet old lady. No one will believe you if you tell them that this happened. And I love that. I aspire to be old and outrageous one day. So I like that. So those are kind of the ones that came the forefront to my mind. I was like, I'll find 3. But then one that comes up is, and this is not a comfortable episode really, the Born Again Identity. Just because like Sam gets some love, you know? He gets soft clothes and food and like legitimate medical care, and I just feel like they deserve that, you know? Legitimate medical care.
It has nothing to do with how he looks. That has nothing to do with it either.
I cannot state with certainty that has nothing to do with the way that Sam looks in that episode. That's why I didn't include it in my top 3. That's why I was like, I come back to this episode a lot. Potentially as wish fulfillment, like, god damn, wouldn't it be great if somebody could look at me and go, oh no, you're so ill, and take me into the hospital, look after me, and make me better. But they can't, because the ill is in my brain, you know? And unfortunately you can't, there's no like black tendrils that you can pull out of the brain and make somebody well again. But yeah.
But you can get the reprieve, and that's what he's getting, at least in some capacity, even though not because Lucifer's there, but like they're trying to give him some reprieve in that. Yeah. I mean, I think that says a lot too about like what we're looking for when we come back to Supernatural too. It's just like the escape part of it. Like, let me deal with almost someone else's trauma, and maybe how that helps process my own, which I know a lot of people talk about with the show, and how it's discomfort for a lot of people has been like a lifeline for a lot of people. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. Like, I know for me, having this be the thing that I could immerse myself in during the pandemic and during COVID, finding friends that are, you know, even though hundreds of miles and thousands of miles away, are still important to me and bring me comfort. I think it's a big extension of what the show does for the people that it's so important for. And I think that, getting to come back to this and saying, hey, what are the things that bring us true comfort? I mean, there's a handful more that I could probably think of that I'm just like, hey, this is just a nice, fun, not high stakes episode. And I just love to see Dean smile that's like, he doesn't do it often. And when he does, it's just like, oh, you're really happy in this moment. You're really enjoying yourself right now. And that's kind of nice when they get those moments to do that. So yeah. And and fan fiction has that great scene of him with Baby in the beginning. I mean, that's a big comfort for me as well. There's a lot of things going on in there too.
I don't know about you, Sandra, but I find asses in blue jeans extremely comforting.
They are.
Just feel like if more people valued asses in blue jeans, the world would be a better place.
Would be a better place. Would be a better place. Would indeed.
Another one that I thought of when you were talking was Lap and the Real Girl. Again, for the same reasons, it's low stakes, it's fun. I enjoy Charlie.
And you get to see Dean and Charlie together too, like have a little bit more of like a chit chat, between them, which I think is nice. Like you start to see the beginning of a friendship there that I think is really nice too. Yeah.
It's interesting as I'm thinking about it now, like some of the episodes that I would classify as comfort, like I like project myself onto Sam, and I know Sandra does a similar kind of thing with Dean. Mm-hmm. So we look for these episodes where they are treated better than the show normally is. Mm-hmm. So Lap and the Real Girl, Dean gets a break. Mm-hmm. The Born Again Identity, Sam gets a break. Mm-hmm. So I suppose in the spirit of that, maybe clap your hands if you believe. Mm-hmm. Because Sam is living out my true fantasy of saying whatever the fuck comes into my head at any given moment with zero repercussions. Mm-hmm. And that sounds really nice. Mm-hmm. I would really enjoy that. Yeah. Like not forever. Mm-hmm. Not forever. And the drawbacks of that are significantly more than the upshots, because you'll hurt your friends. If you just say whatever comes into your head without second guessing it for a second, like you're gonna hurt people's feelings. But just be able to deal with an asshole and just be like, you suck, just so you know, that would be nice. I'd enjoy that.
I think true, but I also think like comfort factor of that is also that, as exasperated as Dean is with Sam, and his flippant, just letting it all hang out and saying whatever he wants. You could tell there's the care and the love of him, like wanting to try to be there, like, hey, this is how you do the thing. Like, I'm here for you, even though right now I want to strangle you.
I want to punch you in the face a little bit.
I'm sure there's many moments when Sam's feeling that way about Dean. So it just shows the comfort level that they have for each other. I think Sam might be feeling
that way about Dean in Lap and the Real Girl, actually, just like, what is happening right now?
Dean's kind of like, hey, let's enjoy ourselves. And I think Sam gives into that a little bit, which I think is nice. It's like letting somebody just let you relax. And just even for a moment, it's okay if we don't try to think about how the world is burning to the ground around us for a little bit of time.
That's probably comfort. Not relevant.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
Current society.
Not at all.
In any capacity.
Not at all.
That's probably fine.
Yeah, this is why I wish I spent more time watching Supernatural, but alas, we don't have that kind of time to do that.
We can dream. I feel like I pulled together a pretty good list there from by the seat of my pants.
You did. Literally. Very good. Very good job.
I'm very proud of that.
Very good. You should be proud. But I guess we're going to wrap this one up, and we want to hear from you guys. What are some of your favorite comfort
what's
episodes?
Your favorite comfort episodes, guys?
Let us know. You can email us at idlingintheimpala@gmail.com. You can comment on Spotify. You can leave a YouTube comment. Join our Discord and chat with fellow idlers and us in real time. Check out our merch store, which is another fun way to show your support. You can find details for everything on our website. That's idlingintheimpala.com. Want to fuel our Supernatural road trip? Consider supporting us on Ko-fi. We have perks to go along with different membership tiers, and we'd love to have you along for the ride.
Speaking of perks, we've got special shout-outs for some of our Ko-fi members. From our Shotgun Picks and Music tier, we've got Runaway Dreamer, Crowley's Mistress, Sam and Dean 76,
Elia, Charlie, and Flannelled Faye. From our baby driver tier, we've got Livia. Thanks for picking the tunes in the car and steering us in the right direction. Support like yours keeps our podcast going.
Don't forget, you can always support us for free by liking, commenting, subscribing on YouTube, and following, rating, sharing on audio platforms. Engagement like that really helps us with the algorithms. All hail their benevolence. As always, we have the causes we support in the description. So from me, you have LGBTQ plus talking charities. From Sandra, you have mental health charities. And of course, the main causes that we are highlighting, championing, spotlighting are World Central Kitchen and Doctors Without Borders. If you want to know more about these causes, why we're supporting them, what they mean to us, check out idlingintheimpala.com. There's a page there called Causes Cause with all the details. So with that, we will say thank you for joining us in the backseat, and we will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.